realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Throughout the second half, the old man watched his old men methodically take apart the Raiders. The defense had the final say. A 60-yard interception return by number 26 Herb Adderley secured the Packers' second straight Super Bowl rout.
There's that wonderful, wonderful picture of him looking at me, and it's like mutual admiration. All the arguments, all the difficult times together, and all of his driving and demanding and everything had finally paid off for me, and I finally understood him, and there was that wonderful emotion passing between us. And he looks down and he says, "Let's head for the locker room, boys."
Reminiscing about the Super Bowls that have been, now just a few days away from Super Bowl 60. That audio courtesy of a documentary with a narrator and Jerry Kramer.
There you go.
Do you know the picture that he's talking about there, Josh, where Jerry Kramer has Vince Lombardi up on his shoulder?
Absolutely.
Iconic.
Have you seen the guy that did a Halloween costume of that and put his kid on his shoulder as Vince Lombardi, and he's Kramer?
Nope.
Oh.
I would like you to send that to me, though, right now, because I'm going to need that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even kidding. Stop whatever you're doing. Go
okay.
find.
All right. I'm done with the show. Hold on.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Man, it's fun to listen back to what was of the Packer yesteryear, the Packers' glory days. And there's not too many other times where you get to hear voices like that. We talked about this yesterday, where it's just special hearing the old school sound of the way it was back then. I would have loved to, I don't know if I would have loved to be alive. Pretty happy to be alive right now. And that was a really long time ago. Not to say that there's not people alive that remember that, because there are. We heard from a few of you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I'm ready for another one. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it is time.
It is time.
Mufasa. All right, time to play catch up. Here we go.
Packers.
A little bit going on yesterday with the Green Bay Packers in terms of Matt LaFleur made a little audio. He was down in Arizona. You can wait on the picture. I was kind of kidding.
Oh, I'm sending it to you right now. I got it. I'm on it.
I'm looking at Josh. We're live on YouTube and Twitter. I'm about to call for some audio, and he's buried in his phone trying to get me this picture of this Halloween costume.
It's there.
Good job.
It's there.
Matt LaFleur yesterday and his family. It was really cool. Mike LaFleur got announced as the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals yesterday. And I didn't, for some reason, stupid me, didn't even think that he was going to be in attendance, Matt and his family and Bree and the boys. Sure enough, they were. And somebody asked Matt, "Hey, man, did you ever think that someday you guys would be head coaches in the NFL together? What if we told you that was going to be the case?"
I'd say you're full of shit. It's just, it is pretty surreal. I mean, just humble beginnings. My dad at Central Michigan. I walked on at Western Michigan and played at D2 ball. Mike played at Elmhurst College, D3 ball. And I think we have a really great appreciation for just guys that are essentially playing for the love of the game.
Pretty special.
Absolutely.
The odds of you getting into the NFL as a player and or coach, stupid.
Yeah.
To have
0.0003%.
Yep. Buy a lottery ticket type of thing.
Yeah.
Brothers head coaching in the NFL at the same time, stupid.
Yeah.
Quite possibly very close second to all three Watt boys playing in the NFL at the same time, which is like the stupidest thing ever. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but good for those guys. I would like to think that Mike's going to buy mom and dad a house in Arizona, and they officially get to become those snowbirds we were talking about a while back. Really cool for the LaFleur family.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
I really wish they played this year.
Right? That's the one thing. It's like, Especially, I think it would have been a good storyline for them to play regardless, because also Gannon was there last year. So there's a lot of juice if it would have been that the Packers and Arizona met. Nope, not the way that the schedule went.
Valid question, because this is just not how my brain works. I don't sit and spend time wondering who's in the AFC and who's in the NFC. They're an NFC team.
Yes.
There's a chance they could meet in the playoffs.
There is. That's true. That would be a crazy, crazy first year.
Seriously.
For Mike LaFleur. I mean, they won 3 games last year.
When the Kelsey, I see that, and I raise you Mike Vrabel.
Sure, but the Patriots, how many games did they win before Vrabel got there? The year before?
It's not about wins. 3. It's about first-year head coaches.
Okay, sure. Did you see the photo?
I can't make it up. My phone is doing an update as we speak.
Oh, come on.
Like literally,
Killer.
I look down to get the. Oh, wait, it's done. Hold on. Live radio. This is perfect. Why would you change the channel now? It makes no sense. It's not loading.
Okay.
Good. We'll do it later.
Yeah. That's perfect timing.
Goody talks today, 12:30.
Sure does.
I have questions coming up at 6:25. We want to know, what questions do you have for Brian Gutekunst today? He is doing his end-of-year press conference. He's going to talk about his contract extension, I'm sure. He'll talk about Matt's contract extension, maybe all 3 of them just sticking together. Maybe he'll have some thoughts on where the players were from an injury standpoint. We want to know what questions, if you were in the room, and Josh and I will share ours as well. What are you going to ask Brian Gutekunst, who talks to reporters and beat writers today at 12:30 at the Lambeau Field atrium?
Yeah, a segment has never been more literal than our next segment is. I have questions is us looking for questions that you have if you were going to talk to Goody today. What are your questions in I Have Questions?
We have a couple beat writers' phone numbers in our phones. We'll just send them. You imagine flooding Matt Schneidman's phone. Hey, bud, we asked for questions today on the show.
Thought we'd help you out.
Here they are.
You don't even need to do any work today. We took care of it for you.
He would love that. Of all the guys, Schneid would love that. Brewers. Josh, did you see that the theme nights were announced at AmFam Field this year?
I did see that the theme nights were announced.
So are you a big theme night guy? I mean, you're the buy all the gear guy.
Correct.
Are you the
Correct.
Do you love this stuff? Do you love the giveaways and all that?
I do love giveaways because it's stuff, and I'm a big fan of stuff. Julie hates that I like stuff. But as far as the theme nights, right? Like the theme night, it's niche. It has to be something that I'm into, that I want to go that extra mile, because a lot of it isn't just show up. It's not a free giveaway. It's a theme night. Usually you have to buy a special ticket package to get whatever the item is, and on and on and on. So I'm not going to lie. The new theme nights that came out, none of them are in my world.
If you were to guess which theme night was absolutely in my world, what would you guess?
Oh,
did you see a list of them?
Yeah, I don't have it up right now.
Star Wars night, Bark in the Park, Boy Band night, Paw Patrol Day, Naruto night, which I don't know what that is. It's a Naruto themed baseball jersey.
It's an anime.
Got
Naruto's
it.
Anime.
And Hello Kitty night and a Peanuts night.
Oh boy!
Prove to me that you know who I am.
Yeah, I don't. I'm my gut. If I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and I'm looking at the answers and I can't use Phone a Friend, I'm gonna go with Boy Band night.
Duh.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, do you see how the Boy Band night celebrates the biggest hits and heartthrobs from your favorite eras? Rock your exclusive Boy Band night T-shirt with the purchase of a special theme night package. Enjoy theme music and in-game entertainment, and cap the night off with a post-game fireworks show. We want it that way. Backstreet.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys. Yeah. That's great.
Go ahead, Josh. I'm buying tickets now. Just whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. When you're doing that, let's talk Badgers.
Hoops.
Yep.
That's it, right?
Yep. That's it.
Saturday, February 7th, 11 a.m. Central on Fox at Indiana.
I will say, Badgers, if you missed our interview with Matt LePay yesterday, you can text the word Badgers right now to the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line, 414-677-1250, and a link will automatically, be sent to you to go and hear that interview. You don't got to go search for it. Just text Badgers to 414-677-1250. That was awesome having LePay on yesterday.
Matt was great. That voice, man, you can ask him to read the phone book and I wouldn't care.
Yeah. I mean, but also it was also awesome getting just his true non-political, have to say this answer on how he's feeling and his outlook on everything. I also asked him, little Key, if you hadn't heard it, about his thoughts quickly on the football program. I know it's basketball season, but loved his answer.
Yeah, you and I thought that he didn't need to say what he said.
Nope.
He could have easily punted, no pun intended, but he didn't. He's honest.
Mm-hmm.
So text Badgers, 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. You'll get a link. Onward we go. Bucks. Okay, a little bit of news on the Bucks yesterday. First things first, they won.
It sounded like this.
The Bulls for 30-plus points, and everybody else, you see the smiles and the laughter all around, and that's that feel-good mindset that you talked about.
The teardrop is back. The Bucks snap a 5-game losing skid.
Woo! Right? Woo!
5-game skid.
Okay, but now, see, this is why I'm confused. Am I supposed to be saying woo, or is that a bad thing because they're not supposed to win because they're tanking? I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
Somebody told me yesterday they don't have a first-round pick anyway.
Well, I don't think they get like the lesser of 2 picks, or like they don't have their pick. I think because of the Pelicans and Atlanta, there's all this, all these pick swap things are so crazy. I think they still get a player in the first round, but it's like they get the worse of however many. I don't know that for sure. It's all way too confusing.
There was also a huge article yesterday in the Journal-Sentinel.
Yes.
I don't get the Journal-Sentinel here in Northeast Wisconsin. I get the Green Bay Press-Gazette. But this, Josh, yesterday dropped the proverbial bomb on Milwaukee, did it not?
It absolutely did. So shout out to Jim Ozarski, Jimmy O, love Jimmy, at the Journal-Sentinel, who through everything, there's still more reports coming out. We're so close to the trade deadline, right? Trade deadline tomorrow. We've been waiting for 2 weeks essentially to get here. And as there are more reports, hey, this team's doing this, this team's doing this. And Jimmy O gets to talk to Giannis. And we're going to go through the whole thing and read his what Giannis exactly said. I'm not saying by any means from the story that Jimmy O had that I can guarantee Giannis will still be a Buck on February 6th. But I can tell you that hearing him say that and that article that came out completely validated for me exactly how I've been feeling about the whole thing.
We're going to have a long conversation about that as long as Doug Gottlieb gives us after his potential half-an-hour interview coming up at 8 o'clock. Doug Gottlieb Wednesday here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Josh, there was also some audio yesterday from Jimmy Haslam. Can you pull that up quick? I think it's reasonable to play it here for everybody listening in the 6 a.m. hour.
Yep.
He was asked a question. This is per the ESPN radio station in Cleveland about Giannis as he was out in front of a Cleveland Browns backdrop. And here's what he had to say.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player of the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks. And we'll continue to do. What's the success?
What do you think?
I think that's the political answer. I think that's okay. You're saying nice things about the player, and you're saying that we appreciate him and the time, and we want everyone to be happy. Okay. If you look at the comments on those from Bucks fans, all of it was, we don't like you. Like everyone, Joe, just going after Jimmy Haslam. And despite anything he says, I don't think there's anything that man could say that would get the city of Milwaukee on his good side.
It's another business move, man. Like you used the word political. That was a very business answer.
Yeah.
They're going to do what's right for the Bucks. And hopefully it's what's right for Giannis as well. And that's the hardest part about this, because in the article in the Journal Sentinel, Giannis talks a lot about being a human being, and we'll share a lot of that with you later in the show. And he's also a commodity. And it's the hardest part about this sport, specifically when it involves the superstars that are in our life here in Wisconsin. Yes, they absolutely are human beings, and they are a tradable commodity based on their profession. And this, where it's at right now, is when that gets the weirdest, the ugliest, whatever you want to say. A lot of Bucks conversation in regard to Giannis later in the show.
Now, I do have to say one other point, and this could honestly, it's kind of Bucks, but I'm going to also include it in
Anything else?
So the NBA put out the NBA celebrity basketball game lineups. Okay, we were talking about the All-Star games, just like a bunch of other leagues do, like they do the softball game, celebrity softball game. The NBA does their All-Star celebrity game, and one of the teams is coached by all of the Antetokounmpos, right? Giannis, Alex, and Thanasis. And on that team is Shams. Shams is a player on that team. All of Twitter going crazy yesterday, going, oh, this is too good. And then literally it reports, I don't have audio of it, but reports are that to end Doc's press conference yesterday, he joked that Giannis told him he's putting Shams on the trading block to try to get him off of his team. Regardless of what happens with Giannis, all of the stress and everything that going into yesterday was fun. It was a fun day break. You got to see those type of jokes being made. You got to see Jimmy O's article. It was nice to be able to have that side of it instead of all this team's offering this. This is a good trade package for this, blah, 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 blah.
I want him to grab Shams by the jersey, pick him up, and drag his ass to the end of the bench and just sit him there. That's it.
I want him to literally go up to the other team's coach and try trading him mid-game. I want him to be offering trades for Shams throughout the game.
And now, for the first time ever, I have interest in watching that game.
Right.
That's literally it. Marquette men's hoops versus Butler, Saturday, 1 p.m. Saturday, February 7th, 1 p.m.
There you go.
How confusing was that? UWGB tonight at Northern Kentucky, 6 o'clock. We'll talk to Doug Gottlieb coming up at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, major announcement. Major announcement.
Huge.
We will talk to former general manager of the Green Bay Packers, Ron Wolf, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. So many questions for Ron about Elliott, about the journey, about what it means to be a dad, what it means to have John Schneider going up against Elliott. Ultimately, who is he rooting for? Is he headed out to San Francisco? So many questions for Ron Wolf. We will do our best to get as many in with him as we can tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'll take the under on that lasting a half an hour. I'm going to go with 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a Doug Gottlieb type time. You talk about prop bets. Every day there's a prop bet. Yeah, that's an easy one.
When we come back, it is time for I Have Question. The question today, what is your question for Brian Gutekunst? The Packers general manager speaks today at 12:30 from the Lambeau Field Auditorium, the media auditorium. If you were in the room, what questions do you have for Brian Gutekunst? 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Good morning. Whoa, Josh, did you see this?
What?
Brewers first baseman Andrew Vaughn and Jake Bauers are joining Tim Allen and Tommy Wirtz tonight for Hot Stove Weekly, 5 to 7 here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Jake Bauers and Tommy Wirtz are going to be talking to each other at the same time?
One of them's going to be talking. The other one's going to be shivering like a little baby.
That is must listen. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
If you don't know the story, Tommy Wirtz has an unhealthy man crush on Jake Bauers.
Yeah. And he's like, he legitimately has to be the biggest Jake Bauers fan that isn't related by blood or otherwise to Jake Bauers.
Yeah.
Right? Like he has to be.
They say never to meet your heroes or talk to them sometimes.
Oof.
It's going to be interesting.
Tommy ignored that message.
Jake Bauers, Andrew Vaughn, Brewers, Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, the Brewers Hot Stove Weekly. Tonight, 5 to 7 here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht, we're inside Wisconsin Sports. Time for I Have Questions. But before, it's a question kinda. But I know we're really dedicated to Goody in the I Have Questions portion of the segment.
Yeah.
We want to know like what you're going to ask Goody if you're in the room today when he talks at 12:30. 414-677-1250. Get your questions in. That way we can send them to the beat writers and have them ask them for you. Before we go there, though, I need to know real quick, who's going to score first, Seahawks or Patriots?
Patriots.
Damn it. That's what I picked, too.
Wow, that's
All
2
right,
days in
time
a
for
row.
questions.
We have the same one.
I know. I don't like it.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question. Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
No, we're opposites on the other ones. You took the under on the national anthem. I took the over.
Yeah, that was the only one, though. We both took heads yesterday.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I better change that on my notes because I wrote down that you had tails. Heads.
Nope. I had heads, and I think so did Matt LePay. Had heads. That's right, which is where we said, it's got to be tails. It's going to be tails for sure.
100% going to be tails.
Yep.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. Brian Gutekunst talks today at 12:30.
Yep.
It'll be live on YouTube, live on the Packers. You'll be able to watch it, listen to it wherever. We may even carry some of it live here on the radio. I'm not sure what their plan is from 12 to 2, but maybe not. I don't know.
Really quick here before we get to everyone's questions, a question for us from the 262 on the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. Did I miss the Giannis talk about Jimmy O's article? We did mention it. We're going to get super duper in depth on that in the 8 o'clock hour. So find a radio, bring up the apps on your phone, go to wisportsradio.com. We aren't blown by anything. That's huge news. We're talking about it.
And if you miss it, you can always podcast us later. If you
ding, ding, ding.
If you text sports to 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line, you'll get a link back where to find the podcast at wisportsradio.com, or you can pull up your favorite podcast platform, search Inside Wisconsin Sports, and there we are. By the way, I have notes.
Yeah.
I'm a planner. I'm a prepper.
Sure are.
Josh and I are aware of these things that I am way, way, way prepped, and Josh is.
Let's go.
Okay.
We. Yep.
Yep. Perfect. That is the. Yep. We. I have notes in front of me with the phone numbers, with the studio sponsorships, and all those things. And I just looked up at my screen, and for the first time, I saw the phone number on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea that was there for the last 5 months.
Yep. It's been there the whole time. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Right there for everybody.
414-677-1250. I can even read it. Nicolay Law fan talking text line. What are your questions for Goody today in his presser at 12:30? Here we go. Question for Goody. Would you like to see number 25 as your CB1 moving forward? You know what, Josh? You're Goody.
Oh, No, I feel
We're
like
going to ask these questions. No, you're Goody. I said
I'm
it
better
first.
At being I'm better at being Matt LaFleur.
Too bad.
I don't really feel like I have Goody down.
You don't have to be fake your Goody. Just if you're him,
I have to get in character. You know, you gotta do my exercises, the whole thing.
When you're ready.
All right, let's go.
Will you keep Keyshawn Nixon, number 25, as your CB1?
Yeah, these are the decisions, that we have to make every offseason, and obviously love having 25 on the team. But we want to make sure we're putting the best team out there every year that we can. Obviously our goal is to win a championship. And so if that championship can be won with Keyshawn on the team, absolutely, that's what we want. But to answer your question, love Keyshawn, and goal is always to win a championship.
All right, Goody, we got 8 minutes before our next break, so wrap it up a little quicker, okay?
Okay, sorry.
Hey, Goody, here's another question from the 414. Would you like to see the NFL incorporate the USFL or an indoor league to create a farm system like Major League Baseball, or take it a step further? What are your thoughts on the NCAA football programs becoming something like that?
Yeah, the first part to your question, the answer is no, I don't. And second, that's exactly what college football is, and a lot of great players come out of the NCAA and otherwise. And so we're looking at all of that, and we have great scouts and blah, 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 blah.
Another question, Goody, from the 414 on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. If you have a question for Goody, 414-677-1250. Goody is talking today at Lambeau Field at 12:30. Right now, Josh Albrecht doing his best, Goody, to answer these questions. Goody, the only question that matters from the 414, when it comes to your old-fashioned, sweet or sour?
A sweet.
Garnish?
Sure.
No, just take it around the garden?
Yep.
You know what that means?
Just load it up. Yeah.
You ever heard that? Take it around the garden.
I have heard that. Yeah.
One of everything.
Yeah. Just load it up. Everything that's there.
Scott from the 262 wants to know, Goody, how are you going to improve the offensive line? A little bit of a struggle bus there this year.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think that we have to. I think that we can just run it back. Clearly, that's the team's mentality. That's Ed Policy's mentality. That's Matt LaFleur's mentality. That's mine. We had the perfect team. We did nothing wrong. We just had injuries, and so we don't need to add anything. We can just bring everyone back and run it back.
Can't help yourself, can you?
I can't because that's a great question. That's a great question from the 262.
Matt in McGuanago's got a question. Matt in McGuanago's got a question for Goody this morning, talking at 12:30 at Lambeau Field. Goody, is there any chance, back to the cornerback room, that you're just going to flush it and start over because it feels like you maybe need to?
Yeah, we don't make major changes like that at all. And so I would tell you to set your expectations to where everything's going to be exactly the same. And then we might, try to find some players in the draft in the 6th or 7th rounds, people that you guys don't know, bring them in and then see if they can go probably by week 15.
Goody, here's a question from the 262. I don't even know what that answer was. You having fun?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
2 words, Goody. Rashawn Gary?
No.
1 word answer.
Better be the answer. The answer better be no.
Can we do that for the rest of these questions?
Sure.
Don't give me the Goody answer that you think he's going to give. Give me the Goody answer you think he should give.
Yeah. Oh, that's
in
way
the way
easier.
he should give it if he had 0 Fs.
Oh.
So let's try. So Rashawn Gary? No. Next question. Brian, would you ever consider drafting a kicker or a punt returner? Sorry, kick or punt returner, or are you happy with having the lowest return yardage every year?
Super happy with it. Our special teams are amazing.
Definitely not going to make a move in coach. Definitely not.
Don't want to change a single thing about our special teams.
It's totally fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. I'm fine.
Are you telling me you have some stats that say otherwise? I haven't seen those.
No. Don't have him.
Oh.
The stat room is currently dark.
Oh.
Goody is the 414. Hey, Goody, is Trevor a happy drunk or an angry drunk?
Ooh, it's a good question.
Goody's never seen me drunk.
Oh. It depends on how
You
the
have,
team's
though.
doing.
Have you?
I think so. Yes, I did.
What? No, I drove that day.
No, after the Green Bay game.
Oh, the GB game. Yeah.
You put a few back. And I hadn't. And so it was way more easy to know where you were at.
Well, how was I?
You were good. You weren't an angry drunk. Also, but also they won. And it was a good time.
That wouldn't affect my drunk.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
I mean, a lot of people, myself included, it's all based on what's happening around me.
No. I want to be the life of the party no matter what. If it's a downer, I'll be the upper. If it's an upper, I will show you a level of up you don't know existed.
Fair.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line, the I Have Questions portion of the show.
Do you have questions? I have a few that I would want addressed. The first for me
you'll be surprised to hear I'm not playing Goody's part in this, but go ahead and ask your questions.
Yeah, well, I want to know, when are we going to hear from Gannon? I want someone to ask him, like, hey, it took a minute for the Packers official accounts on social media to make the announcement of your guys' extension and that Gannon was hired. Can you give us a timeline of when we can expect to have Gannon be in front of the media? I think that's a fair question.
Yeah, the question I have from this past season about the team and where they were at and how they played is, Brian, how close do you think this team is? If all these guys get healthy and everybody comes back and you make some adjustments where you know you had some failures, because, there's going to be that type of thing happen every year. It's going to happen every year. Yeah. Something is not going to go the way it's supposed to. You're going to need to adapt the best way you can. And although we as fans could look at this season and go, can't blame injuries, next man up, buddy.
They can.
That was.
And I just want to set expectations for people. Hi, Mr. Realistic over here.
Here we go.
Goody is one of, if not the best, at avoiding giving you the answer you want but answering the question. So prepare people. I want fans to prepare themselves. Do not get mad at Schneidman or Domofsky or whoever's asking the questions to him at 12:30 today if his answers come across as clean, polished, and not giving you that soundbite that you're dying for, because he does that better than anyone I've heard in that position.
And he actually talks. Ted Thompson hated being in front of a microphone over at Lambeau Field. Hated it. Wanted to be anywhere else. Did not have, I don't know if he had disdain for the media. I don't think he did. I just don't think that was his jam.
Sure.
Goody's not afraid to get in front of a mic. And he's, to your point, Josh, not going to give away any of the inside secrets whatsoever. It'll be good to watch. I think he'll have a lot to say and yet so much not to say. 12:30 today, Lambeau Field. Goody talks in front of the media.
We also had a question come in on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. I think for us, maybe it was for Goody, but Justin from Port said, why even have a Pro Bowl? It's a joke. Well, let me tell you, I watched a few minutes of the Pro Bowl yesterday, and we have sound for you in the most electrifying sound from that Pro Bowl, Justin from Port.
And believe it or not, it involves a Green Bay Packer.
Sure does.
And it has nothing to do with playing. Literally nothing.
A little bit.
Playing around, not playing the game. All right, stay here. We're inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. By the way, if you missed it earlier, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. here on Inside Wisconsin Sports, scheduled to join us, former Green Bay Packers general manager Ron Wolf. Elliot Wolf, his son, the pseudo GM of the Patriots, will be in the Super Bowl. We'll chat with Ron about that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. Stay here.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day
The most electrifying
on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
I know that.
The rookie Sanders.
Oh,
Not his ball.
Oh, no.
The tip. And is it fired?
Hustle, flags thrown everywhere, pandemonium. Players are on the field. What is happening? He's doing the stinky.
The ball finds Kevin Byard. Doesn't matter when it is. Outdoors, indoors.
There's a wheelchair on the field. What is happening?
Uh-oh. Pressure coming. Make a play. Back in the end zone. He's got a man.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jake Ferguson on Wisconsin.
The fadeaway to his left. That's a tough throw.
And that audio from the Pro Bowl.
What's that?
Scott Van Pelt and Jason Kelsey and ESPN. That's the most electrifying sound of the day. Brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. You wanted an electric call from the Pro Bowl? Jason Kelsey says, I got you. I got you. Also awesome just to hear SVP say on Wisconsin.
He's a huge Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
There, some time ago, he did some interview somewhere and talked about how UW-Madison and just the campus and the culture and the sports is second to none. And he's a big Maryland guy. Like, that's his school.
Yeah.
Living out there in D.C.
So that was very, very cool. Also, the Packers stole the show with Micah Parsons. He did not play. He was on a scooter. We will have that audio for you in the 7 o'clock hour. But let me just say, Micah Parsons, who has not played a full season, right, has not been on the field for a full season of Packers football, is quickly moving up the ranks in terms of just my favorite Packers of all time. The way that he is, just who he is, being able to be a monster on the field, a leader in the locker room, and then go out and have the fun that he did at an event that literally means nothing was awesome.
But that's what it takes. That's what those events need, is guys that are stars to have fun.
Yeah.
And give us something to talk about. If it's not going to be on the field, give us something.
But also it was different because, like, they try to have fun at the NBA All-Star game, but it's boring fun. They're all just like talking to each other and shooting up threes from half court. That's not fun for the viewer. Seeing Micah Parsons scoot on a motorized scooter onto the field after his team gets an interception in a flag football game, that's fun. That's entertaining for someone sitting on their couch.
You ever driven one of those things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I feel like his went faster than mine.
Why were you driving one?
What did I had something with my ankle. I don't know, like I couldn't walk. And so it was years ago. It's been like a decade since I've been in one.
The Pink Flamingo softball tournament that I'm a part of up here in Deep Pier.
Yeah. Oh God.
Was right after I blew out my Achilles.
Yeah.
So I rented one of those things so I could still be down there and be a part of it and do whatever I could. So the problem was getting to and from said bathroom. And there at the park, there's one of those like family bathrooms, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So I would park my little scooter outside that door, open the door, hop in there, do what I had to do, and hop back out. Well, one time I hopped back out of the bathroom and my scooter is gone.
Oh.
Somebody grabbed my scooter and just tootled around with it while I was in the bathroom. Yep. Now, granted, it was right around the corner, and everybody got good. But then, you might expect that early mornings are not my jam when it comes to something like that. Because if I'm out the night before, early mornings is not a thing, especially when I'm kind of down and out like that. So I get back to the park like the morning after that first night. And here I have a flood of videos and pictures of people grabbing my scooter and driving around the park with it. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to return this thing? Are they going to do I get my deposit back? Where are we at on this? Is it off-roading now? What is happening?
That's
those
amazing.
are, dude, those work. They're worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're way better than crutches.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But also, it's all of it at one time. Seeing Micah in there was hilarious. The game itself, by the way, the flag football game, it was nothing that you're like, wow, that was actually amazing to see some feats of strength and blah, blah, blah. It was meant to be entertainment, and that's exactly what it was. I don't think the bar could have been set any lower, and it met expectations. So what is, I don't know exactly. I wasn't disappointed. Is that a positive thing? I don't know.
Well, while you were watching that, I was attempting to watch the Bucks game at Buffalo Wild Wings in Green Bay last night after my son's basketball game. Follow us on Twitter if you're not there, at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. I took a picture of apparently the Euchre seats at Buffalo Wild Wings. I am behind a pole with a giant projection screen TV that I can't see because hashtag Euchre seats.
It was brilliant.
If you missed it earlier, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, we will chat with former general manager of the Green Bay Packers and father to pseudo GM of the New England Patriots, Ron Wolf, here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. Reminder, John Schneider is from the Ron Wolf tree as well. So the GM of the Seattle Seahawks is from the Ron Wolf tree. Mm-hmm. And clearly, Elliot Wolf is from the family tree.
I was going to say, he's the most from the Ron Wolf tree.
Yeah, he was literal tree.
Right.
That's what we want to talk to Ron about. So many questions about what that means to him as a former GM and as a dad and as a fan of football and somebody connected with the Packers. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Hall of Famer too, by the way.
Yeah.
We forget that part.
I mean, well deserved. Speaking of, did you see Robert Kraft also denied? You nailed that take of this is them saying, no, none of you get the honor of being a first ballot.
The proof will be Tom Brady.
I think Tom Brady's got to be the exception.
Has to be.
If you
has to be, but imagine if they don't.
Then, I mean, pitchforks and torches.
Probably
it's going to be. Absolutely.
All right, when we come back, it's time for the Wednesday edition of the Morning Mind Dump. I don't understand what kids are doing with their trading cards today. We all grew up. Yeah, kids these days. Great. Am I at that stage of my life?
Oh, you sure are. This is going to be a hell of an old man shakes fist at clouds morning mind dump.
I hate that. When I was a kid, back in my day, here, I'll just lay into it. Back in my day, we traded baseball cards and got sticks of gum. And now there's signatures and signed memorabilia, and kids don't need to use a Beckett anymore to look up how much their card is worth. They just download an app and scan it. I have thoughts on all of this, and I'm curious to know your thoughts. Plus, whatever else you got to get off your chest on this Wednesday morning, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The Morning Mind Dump is next.
Your fan weather forecast, brought to you by Habish and Rotier, is partly cloudy conditions this morning, but the sun should pop out later with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 9. It's currently 10 degrees here in Milwaukee.
I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Throughout the second half, the old man watched his old men methodically take apart the Raiders. The defense had the final say. A 60-yard interception returned by number 26 Herb Adderley secured the Packers' second straight Super Bowl rout.
There's that wonderful, wonderful picture of him looking at me, and it's like mutual admiration. All the arguments, all the difficult times together, and all of his driving and demanding and everything had finally paid off for me, and I finally understood him, and there was that wonderful emotion passing between us. And he looks down and he says, "Let's head for the locker room, boys."
Jerry Kramer reminiscing about Super Bowl II. 2 days down, 2 to go, and the weekend is upon us with Super Bowl 60. What's up, Wisconsin? Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Inside Wisconsin Sports, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. In case you missed it earlier, we are going to pummel you with this today. Joining us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. here on Inside Wisconsin Sports, former Packers general manager Ron Wolf. Of course, the dad of Elliott Wolf, the pseudo GM of the Patriots, and also the mentor, if you will, of John Schneider, the GM and football ops guy for the Seattle Seahawks. Lots of questions for him. We hope you can join us here on Inside Wisconsin Sports tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right, Josh, time to get some things off our chest and out of our head. The coffee's kicked in. Here we go.
I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We've got no food. We've got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
It's time for the morning mind dump on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Don't carry this stuff with you. Your family and friends and coworkers deserve you to be in a good mood. So what do you got to get off your chest and out of your head? Dump it on us. 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. I got to get this whole trading cards thing off my chest.
What's going on here?
We were given some years ago a whole pile of old baseball and football cards, which is usually like, okay, let's bust through these once. No, I'm talking shoe boxes full. And it's from like my childhood type of aged players, not from like yesteryear, if you will. So my son and I are going through these over the years, and we put which ones we think are worth keeping in, the old binder system where you slip the card. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
They're still using those today, at least. So now Rhodey, though, all of a sudden, over the last few weeks, finds this app that you can literally scan a card and find out the level of mintness it is and what it could potentially be worth.
Sure.
There's also apparently cards that are now being distributed by these Don Russ's tops of the world that are connected to signed memorabilia or a signed baseball, or it's one of one and a player actually signed it. To which I go, you have no idea the pain of trying to chew the stick of gum that came in a baseball card pack when I was a kid. And you don't know the pain of having to open up the Beckett and try to find your card based on the year and who made it and the number on the back. And now apparently there's these cards that have errors on them and they're worth more. And I'm just going, so is this what this has become? Is it all about how much money can I make or what signed memorabilia and less about the card and the stats on the back?
Yes.
End of morning mind dump.
The answer is yes. I mean, first things first, the whole trading card world has changed multiple times since the stick of bubble gum. Like multiple times. I mean, right when I was collecting cards when I was a kid, which I'm not gonna lie, it quickly for me changed to Pokemon cards. That was my era. It was just like even if you didn't care about Pokemon, too bad you had to, or otherwise you sat alone at the table. But it was you put the crappy ones in the spokes of your bike tires, and you held on to the good ones. Like that was the world that I grew up in as a kid. And now it's just all about, it's a collector's game. It's absolutely a collector's game. Do you not remember when Paul Skeens and the Pittsburgh Pirates put out just a buttload of different things that you could get if you found and gave him his rookie card? I mean, his girlfriend, Olivia Dunn, was like, we'll go out to dinner, like whatever. He wanted that card.
As long as you leave Skeens at home, I'm in.
Yeah. So literally it was like crazy because he wanted it, because he collected it. Logan Paul has a graded $5 million holographic Charizard Pokemon card that he wore like around his neck as like a symbol because of the rarity. So all cards now, man, it's all about the collectibles and the value, and very, very not about what the stats are or the player itself.
So how this qualifies as a morning mind dump for me, and by the way, get yours in 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. It really made me feel old when I'm watching him go through these cards and scan them and try to figure out what they're worth on an app. And then he wants to buy more cards to get signed this and jersey that and baseball this.
Mm-hmm.
Have there been other things, Josh, in your life? And I'm curious, Wisconsin, across the state on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, have you noticed that you're starting to feel old? There's something else that happened today that really started to make me feel old.
Okay. What is that?
It is my little brother's 40th birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brady. 40 years old today, February 4th. Holy old.
Sure. I get that. Yeah. I mean, that's going to happen. I'm an only child, so I don't have that to look forward to sibling wise of an age comparison. But that one makes sense. That makes sense to me. And I understand where you're at with the cards too. Let me also say that COVID, that COVID era completely revitalized trading cards. I don't know how, but during COVID, it was everyone got back into it. Someone on our YouTube stream here that's watching, you can of course comment and follow the show on YouTube and Twitter at WI Sports Radio, said there are card opening shows on TV. It's ridiculous. It's true. I see that. I see people that go live on TikTok and other social media platforms that you don't even see their face. It's just a camera on a pack of cards and you see their hands opening packs. We had a clip that we were trying to play a while back. We did Giannis talking about how fans were mad at him when he took 34 because that was Ray Allen's number. He didn't know. He told that story when on Thanasis podcast, and we couldn't use the audio because you could hear them ripping packs.
Yep.
Opening packs of cards. It's like a huge thing now, man. I don't know. Completely different.
The other thing I think is getting old, Josh, is this whole thing about Giannis. It's just old to me. I don't understand how this is still a story, and I feel like we're doing it to ourselves. So a number of you were like, wait a minute, did I miss you guys talking about it? No, we're going to talk about it in depth again next hour, but we'll mention it here.
Yeah.
The theme of my morning mind dumps this morning is it's just old. And that's what this Giannis stuff is to me now for weeks, months, potentially friggin' years. We've been talking about Giannis being a Buck for life or not being a Buck for life. Is he going to get traded? Is he not? And now all of the Shams stuff over all of this time. I mean, literally the last year and a half, Shams has been out there with something.
It's been long. I feel like it's been longer than that.
And then somebody from The Athletic, if I'm not mistaken, got Giannis one-on-one walking to or from a bus and put out a great article. And then all of a sudden the rumor mill started again. And it was Giannis is on the same page and time for a trade and blah, 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 blah.
Sam Emick.
And so here we are in the week where the trade deadline happens tomorrow at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Central.
And then bombshell drop yesterday in the Journal Sentinel. Now, pause. I don't know this writer personally, nor do I know how to pronounce his last name.
Ozarski.
Thank you. I just feel like all of this is getting and or has gotten old. Am I wrong, Josh? Because to you as a Giannis fan and a Bucks fan, it's still very relative. And listen, I love the information that he put in the article. There's some fantastic pieces in here about Giannis, the human being, specifically him talking about being 18 and having spent 13 years in Milwaukee, Wisconsin from 18 to 31, which is just as much, if not more time than he spent in his own country in Greece. From 4 or 5 years old to 18. That's 13 years. He goes on to talk about how his family was born here.
Yeah.
His father is buried here.
Yeah.
Everything about Giannis is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And yet, flip a switch, you hear Jimmy Haslam going, great person, got to do what's right for the Bucks. And it is, my heart is, I get it. I understand. Giannis deserves to be a Buck if he so wants to and chooses to be here. And, dude, this is old.
Yeah. So this, as a huge Giannis fan, right? And I would say, I love the Bucks. I love Giannis way more. And so this has been a difficult thing for me for years, literally for like 6 years, 7 years, even, before he signed his last extension. This was all the talk was about him. But Giannis isn't going to stay. Giannis is going to go to a big market. And then he stayed. And then it was, but now every year since, is Giannis happy? Should Giannis demand a trade? It's just the national narrative. And it's tiring. It's a lot for a sports fan to hear that your star athlete might not be happy in your city. And so I just had to say, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. My emotions, I'm too emotional as a sports fan, as a person, to read into every single report, tweet, per source, whatever. And I just had to go, when the decision's made, I'll let my emotions go then. Because to your point, yes, you are now feeling what a lot of people have been feeling for years of it. Just it's too old. I can't do it anymore. Emotionally, I can't do it. That doesn't mean that you give in. That doesn't mean that you let Shams and Windhorst be right. It just, I just go, yep, okay. Every day Shams is going to put out a report because ESPN pays him to. And I just keep scrolling because until the report says breaking news, Giannis has been traded, or breaking news, the trade deadline has passed and Giannis has not been traded, it doesn't matter. None of it matters until we get one of those two reports. And so when Shams has that report, then I'll pay attention. Until then, it's just the only people that want to go there are the people that love that, live for that, and want that emotional roller coaster that national narratives provide.
The 920 sums up where I'm at with this perfectly. I just want to know what the end result is going to be with Giannis so I can figure out if I'm canceling my FanDuel TV account or not.
Yeah, that's fair. Listen, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are in that boat.
By the way, did you see Giannis was in Chicago with the team last night?
I did.
I walked into Buffalo Wild Wings and said to myself out loud, oh, look who decided to be with the team today.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, and you know what other reports were? Well, that's because he wants to go to Chicago, and he's checking out the schools in Chicago, and he's doing all these other things because it's not about the Bucks. It's because he wants to play for the Bulls, and the Bulls are going to do a trade for him, and blah, 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 blah.
I just feel like fans are over it, man. And then Jimmy Haslam talks yesterday, and we'll get into this whole article in the next hour. I just feel like we have the fatigue. And right, Tommy was talking about that earlier in the week. So too is Mitch Nellis, Mason Crosby show noon to 2 here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Didn't Perkins on ESPN a while back too? We talked about it with the Bucks Giannis fatigue.
So why does this matter today? With all due respect to the Journal Sentinel article and the writer that wrote it, why does this matter?
Because I think for me and for a lot of fans that feel the way I do, when you're looking at this and you keep waiting for that, that axe to fall of, okay, here's the news. Okay, they finally did trade him. And all it is more per source. Now this team, I'm hearing from the organization, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy O talked to Giannis. There's been no reports from Shams or anyone else saying, I spoke
that guy
to
from The
Giannis.
Athletic spoke to Giannis.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things in this article from the Journal Sentinel that were the same things in the Athletic article. So this morning I was going, here we go again.
Right. So there was nothing. And I will say this. Some people are seeing that article and going, yes, he's staying. I'm not going on that train either. I didn't read that article and hear anything of him saying, no. I told the Bucks I don't want to be traded. I'm staying here. I didn't see that. It was simply the man loves Milwaukee. And that's what meant a lot to me from that article, was that regardless of what happens next, people have to realize what Milwaukee has meant to Giannis and what Giannis has meant to Milwaukee. Whether he is done with the team now or in the offseason or in 5 years, he is not a player that has been like, yeah, Milwaukee's great, I can't wait to move on. Or the other way around. This is a mutual love for each other that needs to be recognized and celebrated.
So two things can be true at once. He can love Milwaukee and not want to play for the Bucks.
100%.
If they're not winning.
100%. Yep.
And that's ultimately where we're at. Because what he did say in that article that I thought was fascinating was that he would love to stay in Milwaukee and win in Milwaukee. The problem is they may or may not be able to build a team around Giannis. It's not proven to happen since they did it for the championship team, and win in Milwaukee. So it might be time to build a team in Milwaukee without Giannis to win in Milwaukee. That doesn't mean that Giannis isn't good. It just does mean that he's injury prone and it's not working here anymore. 414-677-1250. We'll get to so many of your feedback, comments on this and more, plus your morning mind dumps and your Would You Rather responses on a Would You Rather Wednesday. That's up next here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Time for a little Would You Rather Wednesday. Sometimes sports, sometimes life, sometimes a mixture of both. Josh, you go first today.
Okay. Would you rather be able to fall asleep as soon as your head hits the pillow or wake up early without an alarm?
Jeez, that life must be nice.
I for the record, am neither.
I am not even to say that I'm neither would make it feel like I could even do. I can't do those things ever.
Yeah.
Literally ever.
So if you could only get one, what would it be?
My head hit the pillow and fall asleep.
And fall asleep immediately?
If I could fall, oh man, I can't tell you how sucky I am at falling asleep. Every single night, no matter what, where, when, or how, unless I'm completely smushed. Then,
yeah.
But that's not falling asleep. That's passing out.
Yeah. I'm actually the opposite. When I was at the Ron McDonald charity event, Ron McDonald House charity event, I was sitting with a few friends that don't set alarms. They just like wake up at 5 every day without an alarm. And I'm like, that's insane to me. Like I can't.
You know what would make me not fall asleep? Not having an alarm set.
Right. Like I have is my alarm set anxiety of like,
yep.
Hold on. I need to make sure I set all 8 of my alarms, and I need to make sure that I didn't set them to PM instead of AM and the whole thing.
This watch that I wear, my Apple Watch, I left in the studio yesterday because I take it off when I'm working because it bangs on the counter and
sure, the
mic and all that stuff. So I went to bed last night without this watch on, which vibrates in the morning when my alarm goes off, which usually wakes me up prior to the actual sound of the alarm. Terrifying. Last night I'm like, great. Totally oversleep.
Perfect.
Josh, would you rather, per Doug Gottlieb's tweet yesterday of a truck, he called it a Suburban. It was a truck driving on the bay here in Green Bay. And I saw your comment and you're like, nope.
Hell no.
So would you rather drive a truck on ice on the bay of Green Bay or go skydiving?
Oh, God. They're both not things I want to do.
But
I think I'd rather go skydiving.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it up with you and ice and driving?
Well, I'm a big guy.
Something?
No, but I'm a big guy. And so me breaking things scares me. I feel like, isn't there like something about, everything, wind resistance and gravity, everything falls at the same speed. And so even though I'm a bigger guy, I'm still going to fall. And if I do that, I got a guy, strapped to.
Okay. No, that's not part of the question. Here, I've looked into this because I am terrified of heights. I'm terrified of flying and I'm terrified of falling. So by all means, let's jump out of a plane.
Sure.
I would love to potentially someday think about what it would look like to tandem skydive. Guess who doesn't qualify? Fellas like you and I.
What's that? Why?
We're too big.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, yep, the chute can only hold so much.
Well, that's a shame. Darn.
Because you were totally in.
Darn. I got to stay on the ground. Oh, man. All right, here's my next one. Would you rather have to only use Facebook or only use Twitter as one social media for the rest of your life? You only get one.
You pick the two that I use. Boy, I would really Facebook. Facebook is family, friends, faith, and fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is work, but I can do work without Twitter.
See, for me, it's hard because one is for news, things I care about, and finding out things, and the other one, Facebook, is how I keep track of what people I haven't seen in 8 years and keep tabs on people. So
or share your own stories. Frankly.
Right? Do I want to go back to waiting 2 days to see breaking news when it makes its way to Facebook, or do I want to know what Jimmy from high school is doing? I don't know. Stuff.
The 610, back to your alarm clock question. Haven't used an alarm clock in 3 years.
Oh, trust me. Non-alarm clock users love to brag that they don't have to use an alarm clock. It's their favorite thing in the world. Oh, you use an alarm clock? I haven't used one since I was 23.
Well, but what time do you get up? 610?
Yeah, right. Maybe you're a bartender at night and you can sleep until 2 p.m.
I would like to not. Yeah. My alarm goes off at 4 a.m. And Josh, do you wake up in the middle of the night though?
Nope.
Ever?
Nope.
You don't even got to go to the bathroom?
Nope. I could hibernate.
That day's coming.
Oh, I know. Okay, you're up.
You still sweating about the skydive?
I might be a little bit. You got me feeling.
So we're talking this week about the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I have two would you rather questions that are very similar, but I'm going to ask this one first. Would you rather go back and watch live Super Bowl I or the Ice Bowl?
That's tough. I'm going to go Super Bowl I because everyone says they were at the Ice Bowl. And so even if I was actually there and I said that, it's gotten to the point to where everyone would be like, yeah, sure. So does everyone else I know. And no one would believe me anyway. So I'd go Super Bowl I.
Super Bowl I.
Yep. What about you?
I would go Super Bowl I as well.
Boom.
The Ice Bowl is something that we've all relived somehow, but I feel like Super Bowl I doesn't come out in the news enough. And I believe, 42 years old, so if I don't get this 100% accurate, don't come at me.
Yeah.
I believe the Ice Bowl was an NFL championship game. Am I right on that? Okay.
Yeah.
Before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it qualifies for sure, but to say you were at the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl, hot tub time machine thing, I'd do that.
Yeah. I just, like I said, everyone says they were there. I'm like, no, you weren't. Get out. You weren't even alive. Stop talking. All right, I got two more. Would you rather not have to watch the Bucks or talk the NBA ever again, or have the Packers win a Super Bowl?
Say that one more time. I think I missed the beginning part of the.
Would you rather not have to watch the Bucks and talk NBA ever again, or have the Packers win a Super Bowl?
So just to make sure I'm getting this right, are you saying would I rather never talk about the Bucks again because I don't have to watch them and blah, 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 all
Correct.
that?
Yep. Or any NBA.
That.
Or the Packers win a Super Bowl.
I'm good.
Oh, my God.
That's how much I really don't get into all. I am so sick of all this Giannis NBA BS that I understand how that sounds. I'm going to get nailed for that one.
Yeah, you are.
Luckily, you didn't say Brewers World Series because that's what I would have picked.
Sure.
All right, so back to this would you rather in the past theme that I have going here.
Yeah.
Would you rather go back live and watch Super Bowl 31 or Super Bowl 45?
Ooh. I would watch Super Bowl 31. Because 45 I was older for, and so I remember it more. Obviously, I've watched 31 like on the VHS and DVDs throughout the years, but I didn't live that season as much being the age I am, Like I remember it. I remember where I was at the house watching it, but I was a kid.
I'd rather go back and watch Super Bowl 31 as well. Favre taking his helmet off and running around the field. Desmond Howard returning a kick. Like that, those are things that are iconic. Green Bay Packer memories. Yeah. Reggie White running around the field holding the Lombardi trophy. I'm all in on that. There's some good ones on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. Let's jump to a few of these quick, Josh.
Okay.
Would you rather Giannis stay in Milwaukee and never win another ring, or get traded and win a couple more rings?
Yeah, that's from Rhino. I'm selfish. I want him to be here. And this is something that definitely makes me a selfish fan, but don't tell me how to fan. I didn't love the fact that Drew Holiday went and got another one. If Drew makes it into the NBA Hall of Fame, if the Basketball Hall of Fame, if he gets, those players, if they move on from my team and they find success, then are they still going down as one of the great Wisconsin players? I thought the same thing about Rodgers. If Rodgers played the majority of his career here, but he only had one Super Bowl championship, and then he went to Pittsburgh or the Jets and he won another one, are people going to go, wow, that Aaron Rodgers is so good he did it twice? Or are they going to go, see, it was the Packers' fault and he's going to be one of the greatest Jets of all time? That's just the way my brain works. I don't want to have the story of Giannis be the second he could get out of Milwaukee, he proved he was supposed to be a Laker. He brought them a dynasty, and he's going to go down in the Hall of Fame as a Laker. That terrifies me. I don't want that. He's a Buck.
I do.
Oh,
he's out.
God, the worst. The absolute
Here's one
worst.
from Brad. Would you rather keep Giannis and have nonstop Giannis speculation, or trade him and have no more trade talk?
Yeah, we know your answer. So
serious, for real.
This one's actually a really good one, Brad, because it's true. This will happen, right? Is that if Giannis is not traded, the speculation will not stop. It will continue into the summer, into the offseason. And if he's not traded in the offseason, it'll still continue. It'll continue as long as he's here. The reason why I still want that is because even if he doesn't, then the NBA pundit national media narratives are still going to be bad with the Bucks. It'll be sell the team. It'll be see how crappy Milwaukee is without Giannis. It's not going to be, hey, we're only going to say nice things about the Bucks now because they traded Giannis. That's not what it's going to be. The grass will not be greener.
There's a lot of people that are over the Giannis Bucks talk. A lot. I just got a text from my buddy Joe, who says he and his daughter, the bear, who's terrifying, by the way, beautiful and terrifying, they both adamantly agree that they would rather never again talk about the Bucks to have the Packers win the Super Bowl. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
That's if you're not a Bucks fan or a Giannis fan, 100%. That's going to be your take.
608. Would you rather listen to all Giannis Bucks talk or have to pay all the income taxes in your life in 1 year?
Well, I don't think I could do that. So I guess I would take the Bucks talk. Hey, I had one more I wanted to get to you here.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the Steelers or the Dolphins win the Super Bowl in 2026?
Dolphins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have Halfley get one instead of Big Mike?
Yeah.
Getting another one?
Yeah. I mean, what a great success story that would be for Halfley to leave and in his first year go win the Super Bowl, especially with John Eric Sullivan being the GM. I mean, that is as beautiful of a Packers success story minus the G that you could have. I'd be happy for Big Mike. I'd be happy for him, but I'd rather see the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think I'd rather see the Steelers. I think as a Packers fan, it's a worse look if the two guys that left the Packers organization then immediately go and win a championship the season after leaving. I think that throws a little shade at Green Bay.
The 414, if you had to work outside, would you rather be in the extreme cold or the very high humidity heat?
Yeah, I mean, we go through this one, right? Both suck. I think I'd rather go extreme cold. Bundle me up like a penguin.
See, now if I'm working, I would rather be in the hot. Because I'm just, you know what? I'm going to sweat it out either way.
Yeah, but I can only take off so many clothes before the cops get called. I can put on 16 coats.
But you can sweat through that clothes and change your shirt at lunch. I mean, everybody listening that works in the trades has dealt with that. The problem is if you really, really bundle up, I have this problem with hunting. If I really bundle up hunting, where I know I'm going to stay warm in the tree stand, walking there, I'm a sweaty, hot mess. And people go, well, put it all in your backpack and then get dressed when you get out there. I don't think you understand how big I am. That's a big backpack.
Sure, I get that. Hey,
would you rather? Go ahead.
I was going to say, would you rather blow out your ACL and drive around on a scooter, or blow out your ACL and still go downhill skiing?
Scooter.
Scooter, probably. Yeah, I think I'd go scooter too.
Lindsey Vonn came out and said that she blew out her ACL and she's still going to participate in the Olympics on the same day that Micah Parsons scooting around the Pro Bowl on a scooter with a blown ACL, having the time of his life.
Trev, I have questions in our next segment about all this. I have questions.
One more quick one here from the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. It's about the Olympics. I think this is a good one. Then we'll go to break. Would you rather see the Americans win gold in hockey or see the Jamaicans win a medal in bobsledding?
USA. USA every time, especially hockey.
It is USA, but that is a really fascinating question. Because there's a part of me that's like, cool running.
Yeah, of course, for the sake of of the movie, but no. USA.
When we come back, I don't think I could walk to the bathroom with a blown ACL, but by all means, Lindsey Vaughn, show us how you can downhill ski in the Olympics with a blown ACL. We'll hear from her on how and the what and the what.
Looking at you, Micah.
Yeah, what's up with you, dude? Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, reminding you to join us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We talk with Ron Wolf, former Packers general manager Ron Wolf. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., the father of Elliott Wolf, the pseudo GM of the Patriots, the mentor of GM John Schneider, the mentor of Packers GM Brian Gutekunst. The guy has a very large tree of success, family and professional.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Wolf, preview
Awesome.
Super Bowl 60 tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
Cannot wait.
What is Lindsey Vonn doing?
Good. Apparently, she's going to be in the Olympics, even though she's broken.
So she came out and talked about this yesterday, about how she blew out her ACL and still's going to do what?
Mm-hmm.
Last Friday in Crans-Montana, in the last World Cup, I completely ruptured my ACL. I also have bone bruising, which is a common injury when you tear your ACL, plus meniscal damage, which we're not sure if that was pre-existing or from the crash. But we have been doing extensive therapy, been consulting with doctors, been in the gym, and today I went skiing. And considering how my knee feels, it feels stable, I feel strong. My knee is not swollen, and with the help of a knee brace, I am confident that I can compete on Sunday.
Okay.
This is why women have babies and men don't.
I mean, there's a ton to unpack here, right? First of all, I don't know that that's a good decision for her health or for the Olympic team. Like, if you were the backup, the understudy, the second in command that was going to go, and you're being told, yeah, she blew out her ACL, but she's still going to go instead of you. That's quite a look. You got to remember, the second person that would be going instead of her has also been training their whole life to get to that spot in the Olympics. That's one. Second, all I know from ACL injuries, I've, knock on all the wood, I've never had one, is what I've seen from the athletes I love. On the field, on the court, blown ACLs, they're done. Season's done. They're not doing anything. Okay? I see a person like Micah Parsons, who is an animal, who is an absolute beast of a man, who tore his ACL. And he has been on a scooter. But Lindsey Vonn, who tore her ACL less than a week ago, skied yesterday and said, no, I think I'm still going to compete. I need someone to explain the human body to me, because I'm not sure I understand how those two things can both be true.
The answer is cutting. So on a downhill ski, you're strapped in the boots. She'll have a brace on, and she's not cutting. She's leaning weight one way or the other. It really does not have much to do with her knees, believe it or not.
I feel like it's all her knees.
No, I'm saying it does not. Have you skied?
No.
That's why. Skiing has more to do with weight and pressure, not cutting. You're not changing your direction based on the support of your knee. It's the angle of the ski and your weight. Look at me on the screen. I'm just showing you how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, well, let me put it this way. I still don't want Micah Parsons to go skiing, okay? So if someone would have said to me before the story of Lindsey Vonn came out and said, hey, Micah Parsons was seen skiing despite recovering from ACL surgery, not even torn ACL, but recovering from surgery, and I'd still say, what are you doing? Do not do that. Please recover. Be in a motorized scooter, not going skiing. What's wrong with you? So hearing that Lindsey Vonn is going to do this is insane to me. I can't believe it. I much preferred to see and enjoy Micah Parsons scooting around. Here's some audio of him having the time of his life at the Pro Bowl on his scooter named Lightning McQueen.
We got Motorized Micah here. They said that maybe you should be called Motorized Micah, and we're going to show some video of you rolling around here on your scooter. But Micah, I want to know, you have a name for this guy. What is it?
Lightning McQueen.
The scooter has a name. What can you say about the vibes you're creating, just zooming around here all night?
Yeah, I'm just trying to show guys, like, even though you can be injured, life's not going the way it is, but understand we're still blessed. God still allowed us to be here. And let's just bring energy. Like, we're all so blessed to be here, be around each other. These are some of the best players in the world. And I don't look past that, you know? So I just live in the moment, be where my feet's at, and just enjoy myself.
Yeah, you guys have climbed right back in this thing, obviously, and you've got a chance to win it. You're ahead now. Oh!
Go! Sorry! Go, McQueen! Oh, my scooter!
Lightning McQueen is on the loose.
Seeing Micah Parsons, who literally tackles grown men, monsters, quickly for a living, freak out and yell at his scooter saying, "Go, McQueen, my scooter," as he tries to onto the field in a flag football game, was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
I just got a text message from an orthopedic doctor.
Okay.
Who says, "I'm not a skier, but excellent comment on weight distribution, not cutting." So there you go. There is your explanation of the human body as to why Lindsey Vonn can ski and Micah Parsons can't cut on the football field.
Micah Parsons has to scoot. Lindsey Vonn can ski. Got it.
Back to your understudy comment, though, earlier. If you're her whatever that thing is, okay?
Right. I know.
There's two ways of looking at this. One is that B.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're telling me that you're still going to ski with a torn ACL, but now I can't? Okay. What's the other side of that coin? Coach, Lindsey, you're still better than our next choice. So let's figure this out.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know, was that the conversation that happened, though?
Well, will we ever know?
I don't know. Here's the other thing, too. I mean, does this actually happen? Like, it could still get worse. Something could still happen to where she ends up not going, right? Or
are you saying in regard to her knee?
Yeah. Like
Dr. Kroenke, if you're still listening, we'd love you to chime in for this one.
Well, so I don't. When is the event? Do you know? I don't know when it is. I'm assuming she's going to have
Olympics start Friday.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's going to have more practice runs. If it flares up, if something else happens.
Well, so I'm not a doctor, but here's what I understand, and maybe we'll get a text back and have this approved or not approved. Once you tear it, it's over, man. I've got a buddy that's got a torn ACL and he's never done anything with it. So can you damage other ligaments in your knee if indeed you try to cut and it blows out? I don't know the answer to that. However, Lindsey Vonn did say that she's going to have a brace on, which is going to stabilize her knee, and there's no swelling. So could she get swelling? Plausibly, I suppose, but she can't do any more damage to her ACL. She gone.
Yeah, I'll tell you this too. She wins gold, they make a movie.
Seriously.
She doesn't win gold, everyone's going to say, you shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
There's going to be extremes either way.
America.
Yep.
When we come back, the one, the only Doug Gottlieb. We have so many things to talk to him about. Not a fan of Ken Palm, in case you missed that audio. Can't play it. He cussed. What else? He saw a truck driving on the bay. He was quite befuzzled about that. And I got to sit on the GB bench on Sunday, and the manager delivered a clipboard that was not the clipboard he'd been using.
That's interesting.
I believe that's worth a conversation, knowing that there are many a game left, and apparently we're down a clipboard. If you know, you know. Head coach of GB men's basketball, Doug Gottlieb, is up next. We're live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The doctor is typing. I'll have an update for you when we get back. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
Throughout the second half, the old man watched his old men methodically take apart the Raiders. The defense had the final say. A 60-yard interception returned by number 26 Herb Adderley secured the Packers' second straight Super Bowl rout.
There's that wonderful, wonderful picture of him looking at me, and it's like mutual admiration. All the arguments, all the difficult times together, and all of his driving and demanding and everything had finally paid off for me, and I finally understood him, and there was that wonderful emotion passing between us. And he looks down and he says, "Let's head for the locker room, boys."
Jerry Kramer talking about Super Bowl II as we reminisce all week on the 4 trophies that sit inside the Packers Hall of Fame here in Green Bay. Nothing like those old stories.
No, the stuff of legend.
What a coach in Vince Lombardi. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Inside Wisconsin Sports, Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios and powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. As he does every Wednesday, joining us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all, although slightly technically difficulted.
Yeah, he'll be here hopefully in a minute. He was here. He's working through something. Hopefully he's going to be here in a minute.
So he was here. Now he's gone. Doug Gottlieb, UWGB men's basketball head coach. He's in a hotel someplace in northern Kentucky area where they play tonight, have another Horizon League game. Should we call him, you think, Josh? Should I send him a message quick and say, hey, let's just do it over the phone? Or what do you think there?
Yeah, I mean, he was here for a second. And so I'm gonna give him a few more seconds to see if he pops back in.
So I've got questions for DG today. Hopefully we can make this work out technologically speaking. If not, we'll get him on the phone.
Yeah.
First things first. Is he afraid of trucks driving on the ice like you are? Because he posted to his Twitter that there was a Suburban driving on the bay in his backyard. And that's not true. It was a truck, but we'll explain that to him. He also wanted to chat analytics today. There's a lot going on in a college basketball game on a very regular basis that happens in quick time. I was sitting on the bench on Sunday, and there's these seats available there's 4 seats available to fans that are literally right on the GB bench. One of my buddies owns 2 of them, invited me to the game on Sunday with him, got to sit there, and boy, that's close to the action, to say the least. He had some timeouts and didn't use them, and I was confused by that. I asked him about this in the presser, and then he sent me a diatribe on this last night and wanted to make sure that we talked about analytics. So we'll get to that. Josh, where do we stand, bud?
Yeah, don't have him yet. Might have to go phone.
Okay, I'm going to text him quick. Yep. Give me 2 seconds. Be right back.
Okay. When he's doing that, I know a lot of people, oh, he's back. He's back. Doug's back.
Okay. There, got you, buddy.
There it is. Doug, you hear us?
Yes.
All right. Hi, bud.
What's up, guys? Sorry, I got knocked off, and then I had to get on the hotel internet, and then, I mean, this is embarrassing, but I'm going to be honest, okay? So all I had to do, I had to do some other things to get on the hotel internet, but it was like, what room? It says like room number. I have no idea what room number.
Yeah, no, room number. I feel like that. I
we got in. We got in at midnight last night, and I just got my key, went upstairs, went to bed, and this is an interesting one. My ex-wife's best friend's son plays golf at Cincinnati, so I met him for coffee this morning. And then he dropped me back off at the hotel, and then I got ready to get with you guys. And then there was like room numbers. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know what
this one. I don't know.
And then, they're all out here making fun of me too. Like, you don't know what room number you're in. Like, what room number are you in? They're like, that's a good question, because everybody just went to the room and they all seem the same. Anyway, happy
I feel
Wednesday.
like it's in Vegas.
Yes.
Happy Wednesday, buddy. All right, so much to cover today.
Yeah.
Analytics, Ken Palm, a truck driving in your backyard on the bay. Would you rather Wednesday? Bucks basketball and Giannis stuff. But first, I've shared with the audience now 2 days in a row, including this morning, that I had the pleasure of sitting on the UWGB bench on Sunday. I got to see you and your coaching wonders up front and personal. I had a blast. I learned a lot. But right before the game started, one of the managers of GB basketball delivered to Coach Gottlieb a clipboard, to which Doug said, wait, where's the other clipboard? To which the manager replied, Doug, it's got a big crack in it. You can't use it anymore.
Doesn't have a crack in it. It's like a seam in it. It's completely usable. It doesn't bend. It is a lot like all of us. Okay. It is withered, but still very useful.
So Doug and I immediately.
Some of us are broken.
Honestly, that is the best part of the coaching thing, is all the stuff that you got to see there, is so where it's all these other side conversations that have nothing to do with the game. It's like a constant, right, with my managers, where it's like, hey, 3 things. I don't even ask for water. Just pen, board, chair. Pen, board, chair, pen, board, chair. Still haven't gotten, and like one of them like, dude, I need the pen, I need the board, I need it now. Сейчас is how they say it in Russian. And like, well, coach, I was getting water. Well, there's like 3 of you guys, like, just who's got the pen and the board, and who's got the chair, and who's got the water for the players, and we have other stuff there. But yeah, so we're getting ready to play a game against Wright State, and there's this like comedy routine going on between me and Trevor, where I'm like, where's the board? They're like, this is the board. And it's the worst board ever, because pens don't really work well on it. And then, my pens.
It's because you beat the hell out of it too.
No, that one was here. That's like, it's got the old Phoenix logo. I think that's Will Ryan's whole board. I don't think Sonny would ever want that board around, just because it is crap. And then we have like the really old school, like somebody went to Dick's and said, what's the least amount of money I can spend on a whiteboard? There's those little white ones that any youth basketball league thing coaches, and those aren't great either. Plus they're tiny. And I'm just like, where's my board? Like, coach, that one's got a seam in it. Or he said it was bent, whatever. And then Trevor looks at me. If looks could kill, Trevor looks at me like, aha.
Yeah.
And then we start talking about, wait, we did say it was 1.5 boards, right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. Even if that board is wasted, we're still good.
Okay,
Josh,
but I
Doug
needed an official ruling on this.
It's broken. It's broken.
It's not broken.
Here's what. Hold on, but lots to cover today.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to
already.
Yeah, this stuff is so unimportant, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, this is what makes this amazing, though. I said, would you, in the moment, Josh, I said to the manager, would you say it's broken? And Doug looked at me and goes, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
Come on, you can't do that.
You're such a distraction, Trevor. Here I am. People want to know why we got off to a slow start Sunday, and the reality is it's because you were distracted.
It's Trevor's fault. It's Trevor's fault. Oh, that's great.
It was Trevor's fault.
You interview him. I'm
Trevor's
done.
fault. We missed 6 layups. That was Trevor's completely untrue.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag blame Trevor should be trending. That would be one of my favorites.
Honest question, Trevor. Not real quick before you guys can ask away after this. What did you think? Like, what was it? What was that like?
2 things came to mind right away. Number one, I feel like every college sports fan, if they ever got the opportunity to watch a documentary on what that's like, that's documentary worthy. There was a guy that was 10 rows back from us, Doug. Us, like I sit there, hey, it was 10 rows behind you and I.
Yeah.
That yelled at you
real quick.
Right? like 5 minutes left in the game. Figure it out, Doug. You could hear that loud and clear, and you turned around and gave that guy a good stare down. So it was really like interesting for me to hear how much I could hear from the crowd that you must be able to hear. That was one. And two, I ran out of my F-bomb counter at like 19 minutes and 2 seconds.
Come on. Was I that bad Sunday?
Bad. It was bad. I mean, you were intense and passionate. That's you're that coach. You're the coach that like is in everything and you don't know what you're saying when. I mean, you're really in it. So
I know what I'm saying.
Well, but not really, because you said to me, well, did I really say that many F-bombs? I'm like, buddy, for a hot second there, it was every other word.
Well, I was frustrated, and
okay.
They weren't. The one thing I think here's the thing. Obviously, we have a strong relationship with the F word on our staff. It just is, And I have gone games where I've gone frick instead, and it doesn't feel natural. It feels so forced. It's like so cheesy to say. And I got to do a better job. But I would honestly get your thoughts. I don't yell it at a player like you blank.
No, absolutely not.
Is it more adjective, adverb, whatever? Like it just works in sentences. Like instead of saying we're playing poorly, we're playing effing poorly, right?
Poorly.
Like that's
absolutely correct.
Yes. So anyway, yeah.
All right, Josh. You got questions. I've got questions. Let's jump in.
Yeah. Okay. I got to get this one out of the way right away because you posted this video of a truck on the bay driving, and it was terrifying, nightmare fuel. Yeah. I don't know why, but I am someone that when I'm like, hell no, nope, keep me away from that. First of all, I watched the whole video waiting for something to happen.
No, nothing happened. It was just more like I was just so I came home. Was that in the morning? I think that was in the morning. I'm in the office like at 6 every day, and we pushed practice later because we were traveling later. So I came home to feed the dogs, and then I look and I'm like, well, there's a vehicle on the ice, which is not that crazy. And I look, I was like, that's a full-size truck on the ice. And then it was all the way out there. It was like where Longtail is. Like it was way out there. And I know, having ice fished at Swano Lake a couple weeks ago, like I know the ice is technically thick enough and whatever. I learned way more in that trip, by the way, than I probably ever thought possible. That what happens is the reason early in the season that the fish are biting more is there's less vehicles out there. They get spooked by the vehicles. So I'm thinking to myself, but there was nobody else out there really ice fishing. Which again, that's one of those, would you be driving a full-size truck out there if there's not other full-size trucks out there thing. It reminded me of a, what's the comedian, Chris Rock?
Farley?
No, Chris Rock. Reminded me of the Chris Rock thing, like you can drive a car with your feet, but that doesn't make it a good idea, right? To all these people like, wow, the ice is like 2 feet thick, Gottlieb. You can do it. That doesn't make it a good idea. Yeah. So I was just sitting there going like, the balls on this guy to be out there just tooling around. I guess full-size F-150 with a camper shell on it, and dude's just looking for his spot. Again, you can do it, but I don't know if that makes it a good idea. It was fascinating for me to watch.
Preach.
Not for me. Doug Gottlieb joins us on Inside Wisconsin Sports. DG, we wanted to talk analytics a little bit. I questioned your timeout usage based on what the board said. You had 3 left. You actually had 2 left, but that drove a bigger conversation just about coaching and analytics and game flow and all that. So teach us 101 on college basketball athletics.
Again, I don't pretend to know everything at all. I do know there's some things about college basketball that people don't know, which is, okay, so there's a timeout under every 4 minutes. You guys, Josh, you do know that, right? So
yes.
Okay, once you get under 16, under 12, under 8, under 4s, next dead ball is automatic timeout. But if you call a timeout at 16:15, that rolls into the media, and so you lose the media timeout. So there's sort of a magic to it where one, you need to pocket at least one for late in the game, hopefully two. And then you got to figure out, okay, do I want to, we call it double up, which is, okay, say, and I probably should have done this one where, Preston Rudiger played 40 minutes, but I could have gotten him 40 seconds of rest if with 12:45 to go in the game, it's a dead ball. I sub him out. Okay. Then, or I call a timeout after taking him out. Okay. And then once it gets under 12, then we'd automatically foul. We have a call for that. We foul. And so then you get 2 timeouts and only 1 or 2 possessions in between. You can limit those possessions by fouling, especially if you're not in the bonus and it's a player who's not in the foul difficulty. And then so Rudy could get, it's about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes total run time for the break. So you can get 5 minutes plus however much time, really like a 6 or 7 minute break. But you have to balance that with I called a timeout early in the second half when we weren't doing what we had talked about doing at halftime and tried to kind of reorganize them. So then you're sitting on 2 timeouts. You're like, man, we're getting close. I'm definitely going to need one late. And I might want to keep one in case we get trapped or in a bad situation. And then it just, again, there's a bunch of things to it. I got caught there with 4 minutes and change. I had CJ O'Hara picked up his 4th personal foul, and they were at the free throw line. So I subbed in Keegan Van Cowenberg to get shooting into the game, and knowing obviously that's going to hurt us defensively. And my thought was, okay, we'll make a shot, then I'll call a timeout, right? And then we'll get that double up when possible. And I can kind of steal a possession of just start doing offense to defense subs when possible. And we missed, they missed, and then we missed, and then they scored, and it ended up sort of backfiring. Even though it wasn't Keegan's man, it was really Marcus and Rudy's assignment where they cut in front of us. Pagona scored a big bucket when it was a 3-point game. But the point is that all those things are going on at once, right? And I remember David Blatt, he's a famous Israeli coach. He coached the Cavs with LeBron James. The media in Cleveland and nationally killed him when he's like, it's like you're like a fighter pilot where you're making 2,000 decisions, and you literally are. It was the most accurate thing ever. And so, yeah, it's a good distraction to think about the board, but it's literally the last thing that I'm thinking about in terms of we're trying to, we got them to try and kind of cross match us. That was the secret to what changed in that game was I played Marouane Cicic, who hadn't really played well in a month. And
Needs
he gave us
name on his jersey, by the way. It's got a lot of people annoyed.
A lot of people upset that his name's not on the back of his jersey.
On the back of his white jersey? I don't know why that is. I think it's because he came later. I don't know why that is. I don't know what happened to Marouane's. Anyway, so Mo's playing well, right? And he changed us because they were switching everything, and you can't switch on a 5. And then we were manipulating how they were tagging. That's too big a discussion of what tagging is if you don't know what tagging is. And then defensively, we went zone, and we went a couple different creative zones, and we did a good job. But the best thing Wright State does, honestly, is rebound. And they dominated us first time rebounding the basketball. Well, the rebound numbers were basically even on the day. A big reason they were even, 1, our guys did a better job. But 2, even though we were in zone, and zone is harder to rebound out of, their coach, to match our zone, put in more of a shooting lineup, which helped us and hurt us all at once, right? It helped us because it wasn't as good defensively. It wasn't as good on the board. It wasn't as good defensively, and it wasn't as good on the boards. But it hurt us because it was a better, more skilled shooting lineup. So they were trying to cross match us, and I thought it screwed them up. And I was trying, if I call a timeout, now he can sub the guys he wants in, and he can start playing offense to defense. So you're kind of trying to guess a mind game down there while trying to figure out, okay, I have a better offensive unit, a better defensive unit. We have zone, we have man. If we're in zone, they're going to have these guys in the game. If they're in man, if we're in man, they're going to play their bigger lineup. They're better defensively. They're different. So all these things are going on kind of at once.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's fun. It's fun,
Yeah.
but it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is
And
a
I
lot.
got-
fun.
I
Yeah,
got,
I had a
I
blast.
got a good staff. That's yeah. You got a good laugh. That's good. I'm happy you got a good.
No,
laugh.
blast. I had a blast.
Oh, blast.
Well,
Yeah, and a good.
Well, no,
laugh.
do it honestly. If you can ask Shannon to do that again, like I will actually tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I did that in AAU a couple times. I had a parent who was like, "Well, why are you doing this?" I was like, "I tell you what, next game, sit next to me on the bench, and I'll tell you everything I'm doing and why I'm doing it in real time." And then you'd be like, "Oh," because every parent thinks your kid comes out for one mistake. Like, no. They made 4 or 5 mistakes that they were told, don't make this mistake or else. And it's like, well, he got beat defensively. Like, no. He was out of position here. He didn't know the play here. He wasn't physical here. He didn't box out here. And so I had to get him out because of the final straw was this one basket. It's never just one. And all of those things are coming into play. You're trying to look at 5. You're trying to look at who's back in transition defense, who's rebounding, who knows what we're doing, what sets are we running, do we have enough space offensively? Meanwhile, can we stop anybody defensively?
DG, I got to ask you this about Giannis. It's a Would You Rather Wednesday, and we had someone that said, would you rather keep Giannis and have nonstop Giannis speculation or trade Giannis and have no more trade talk? A lot of people like Trevor, ready to completely just move on, get rid of Giannis because they're just done with all this, which is understandable. But I was like, I get to talk to a guy that did national media radio. If this,
so
if
you
this
want to
does
keep
happen,
him just because it makes it a discussion?
Well, no, they're saying there's a whole side that says that they want to get rid of Giannis just so that they don't have to hear the national pundits continue to talk about where does Giannis want to go. Clearly, he's not happy. He's got to get out of Milwaukee, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting here going, if that happens, what is the next thing that the national media is talking about in Milwaukee? Because my thought is it's either going to be they're not talking about them now, period, or it's going to be sell the team, something worse than this conversation. So you used to do a national daily radio show.
Yeah.
If this happened and the Bucks moved on from Giannis, where do you talk about? How do you talk about the Bucks? Okay.
You don't, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. No move should be made in professional sports based upon narrative, conversation. It's only one thing that matters, the bottom line, right? And my guess is, like, if we're honest about the Bucks, light a match, start over, right? Look at the teams that are successful. Okay, Spurs, Thunder. What they do? Lit a match, start it over. Right?
So do you think he gets traded in the next 36 hours?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if they get an appropriate deal, if not, they sit on it and they do it in the offseason. But it was he not on the bench last night?
He was. Yeah.
Okay. I saw some video where it said he wasn't with his teammates or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Right.
It feels
Because
like
there's tons of media speculation. Right.
It feels like it's
Well, he wasn't. He wasn't traveling. He was at. So we talked about this, Josh. Peter Fagan got a key to the city while the Bucks were on the road, and Giannis chose to stay back and go to that event for Peter Fagan, getting a key to the city that doesn't open any doors instead of traveling with his team, and that made me angry.
I don't know what goes into those decisions. I can just tell you that it feels like it's time, right? For him personally, he's great. He's done more than you could ever ask an athlete to do. And when you say he's not happy, like, they're not any good, and there doesn't appear to be hope on the horizon, right? They tried to stretch out this run by getting Damian Lillard. That crashed and burned. Like, it was over. It was done. So yeah, you get the most value you can get. You probably have to get bad before you get good. But they built it once, they can build it again. But I don't think any of this, Josh, is done because of media speculation. That's not how the world works, right? The only thing that matters to the Milwaukee Bucks is their ability to be successful, sell seats, sell boxes. And you're not going to sell boxes based upon the conversation around Giannis. You sell boxes based upon the chance to win a championship. And right now, the best chance they have is by lighting a match, starting over, and it's going to take a year, 2 years, 3 years, but you got to have the vision, and then you kind of got to get a little lucky and get the right guys.
I think I want to be transparent. I don't think that the Bucks are making that decision. I think a lot of the fan base or people that are casual fans are looking at the situation and they're saying, I want Giannis to be gone because I don't want to have to listen to these stories anymore. From a fan perspective, not a front office perspective, right? You would hope that they don't care what Shams is saying, but from a fan perspective, fans are getting so annoyed with this narrative being spilled out every single day in 30 different ways that they're saying, enough, just do it. Just trade him. I can't do it.
I get it. It's probably because it doesn't feel good, right? It's like the couple that you're like, would you guys just break up already? You're not meant to be together forever, right? Just do it. We're tired of hearing about it. I understand that. But again, like, you got to resort back to the old Jerry Sloan quote. And Josh, do you know who Jerry Sloan was?
I don't know.
Jerry Sloan was a great player with the Bulls. He was the coach of the Jazz with Stockton Malone when we went to the finals twice.
Got it.
He was like the Popovich of the Jazz, if that makes sense to you. Okay. And his famous quote was, if you listen to the fans, soon you'll be sitting next to them. That's it. So you don't just trade Giannis because you're tired of talking about it. You trade him when there's the right deal that helps your franchise the best. And if that deal doesn't emerge, you sit on it and you do it in the offseason because he's not playing anyway, so not like it hurts you.
I love that you brought up Jerry Sloan. At the top of every hour on this show, we play our show intro. And when it goes to the whoa, I punch the screen. Mm-hmm. That's how I say hi to my family in the morning. My wife and my kids wait for my punch, and that's like my what's up. Just like John Stockton used to wipe the sweat off his brow when he was shooting free throws. Remember that? That's how he said hi to his kids.
It was Hornacek. Hornacek wiped the sweat. Stockton did not. It was Hornacek. You can.
I had it right.
Huh?
Just not wrong guy. Right motto.
Right motto. Wrong guy.
All right, on the way out here because we got to go. Tell us why you're going to beat.
It was because my connection issues.
8:30. No. We just talk, and it's awesome. It's already 8:30 though. I mean, like 8:20.
Yeah, we did. We got to driving a truck on the ice, the board.
Yeah, we got
some of the data stuff. We didn't really get to the data.
We did lose a few minutes at the beginning, but that's okay. So, real quick, tell us why A, you're going to beat Northern Kentucky tonight, and B, why it's so important for the Phoenix to get these games right now headed into March Madness.
I mean, we're trying to win every game. Like, we're trying to win every game and get some momentum going in the conference tournament. Obviously, we hit a patch here after playing great basketball. Why we're going to beat them? We have to break through their pressure. They're really, really athletic, super talented team. Now, we scored 52 on them in the first half just by spacing them with their matchup zone. They went to a switching man. So we got to make shots. We got to play smartly at our pace. We got to challenge their 3-point shooters. They have a kid, Cale Robinson, who's a D2 transfer, is a stud. And then this O'Day kid who's now like fourth in the league in scoring, but he wasn't starting until like the last 5 games. Like, they are crazy talented. So we got to get back in transition. Not quite Coach Bennett style of dropping 5 and playing that slow, but we definitely have to put them in the half court, space them, and kind of attack the gaps, man or zone, and kick out and knock down open threes, and just kind of be there and be in front of really talented athletic kids, and then hopefully execute well enough down the stretch to win a game. I don't care if it's by 20 or by 2. It doesn't matter to me. Just find a way to win a game. And we've been in enough close ones, some successful, some not successful, that we should know how to execute down the stretch.
Every team in the Horizon League, Josh, can beat anybody else at any given time, especially when it comes tournament time. Doug Gottlieb, the head coach of GB men's basketball. Good luck tonight, Coach. We'll chat again soon, man.
So next Wednesday, just so we're aware, it's before our nationally televised game against Fort Wayne, right?
Yeah,
ESPN2 on the 12th. So we need to pack the crest. We need to look like a basketball school. Okay, we got to win some games, and you got to be there. But it's also going to be my last appearance before Valentine's Day. We have to have a Valentine's Day discussion, the 3 of us.
100%.
Because I can help. Both
That's why we have you on the show. Actually.
I can help both of you, and I can help so many people at home. And again, I'm not perfect. So you can learn from my successes, and you can learn from my mistakes. But I'm gonna. This is a tease. This is the great tease in the business. Okay. Next week, you will learn why. And most guys who are married and every guy who's divorced knows this. Okay. never ever fall for the babe. I'm good. Don't get me anything. Okay. Okay. Remember. Remember. It's a trick. It's a test. It's like they all get together. They can be, my ex-wife's a wonderful woman. She's no, I'm serious.
I don't have no time for that.
No, seriously, I'm not BSing. She is a wonderful woman, but she is so full of the brown stuff. On the, don't give me anything.
Brown
I'm
stuff.
good. I'm good. Do not fall for that, guys. Do not fall for it. It's a what was the guy in Star Wars? It's a trap. It's a trap.
Admiral Akbar. It's an Admiral Akbar trap.
Okay, just think. Okay, when she says, "Don't get me anything," I don't even want to go to dinner. Valentine's Day is amateur hour. Treat me well every day. You don't need Valentine's Day. Just think. Coach G said, "It's a trap."
Brilliant.
Bye, Doug. We'll see you soon, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. That is the fastest 30 minutes of my entire life.
Yeah.
Every week.
It's so fast.
It's so fun. All right. Inside Wisconsin Sports, Trevor and Josh back in a bit. Phenomenal. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Former Packers general manager Ron Wolf joins us to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl, where both GMs come from his teaching tree. One from his family tree, the other definitely from his GM tree. John Schneider, Elliott Wolf, former Packers GM Ron Wolf joins us tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to talk all about that. Doug Gottlieb, what a beaut. What an absolute beaut.
Absolutely.
We no more than went to break, and he sent me the gif of that guy in Star Wars. It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It's a trap. I feel like all this Giannis stuff is a trap. I feel like it's an emotional trap. It's a physical trap. It's a team trap. It's been a trap for the Bucks all season. There was a beautiful article yesterday in the Journal Sentinel that came out about Giannis and how much he loves the city. And even that, Josh, I feel like is a trap.
Why do you feel like that's a trap?
Because with all due respect to the article, did we learn anything?
I don't think at this point we're going to learn anything until...
That's why it's a trap.
Okay, but I think that the reason why that is because everything's so oversaturated.
That's what I'm saying. So the more and more things like this come out, albeit repetitive, frankly, it feels very trappy from a fan/media standpoint because it drives conversation about something that doesn't exist. We've checked all the boxes. We've moved all the chess pieces. We've talked about all the opportunities, the thoughts, the comments, the questions, the concerns, the opportunities for the Bucks to move on Giannis. There is no more news to talk about until a decision is made or not. And God, I hope he's traded for not only the reasons that Doug talked about, right? It's time to light a match and start over. But imagine if he doesn't get traded. Between now and the end of the season, we're going to have to keep talking about it.
Yeah, we very well might. All right, so first, I got to let everyone know, the article that was done was by Jim Ozarski of the Journal Sentinel, JS Online. Jim Ozarski is going to be joining Sparky on Wisconsin Sports Daily at 4:25 today. So make sure you tune into that. But I want to read this quote that he had from him, and then I'll explain why, to me, it's very important. So he said, Giannis, I've created more memories in this city than in my country. The only memory I knew from my country is sell stuff in the street, go to practice, live in fear, protect my brothers as much as I can, and be a good kid, be a kind kid. So here, I'll tell you what I've known here. I've known what it is to be an NBA player, what it is to make it in the NBA. I've learned what it is to be an all-star player. I've learned how to be a champion. I've learned how to be an MVP. I've learned how to be a father. I got married in Milwaukee and also legally from the courthouse. And also I've had my kids here. My father is buried here. So tell me, when I open the passport of my kids and it says born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my dad is buried here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. People have the audacity to come to tell me and say, this guy really doesn't love Milwaukee. I don't love Milwaukee. Not the people that know. The people of the city know how much I love them. This city has let me be myself, let me be a father, and have let me be a husband, and have let me be my own true self. Something's going to happen in the next 36 hours. Giannis might be here. Giannis might not. If he is still here, there's going to be more national media attention that's going to continue to drive that narrative into the offseason, where then all of this will happen again. And then, more than likely, he'll move on at that point. But I need everyone to realize what he just said there. We looked at Giannis for so many years and said, please don't leave. We love you. You are that special. You brought a championship here. He has felt that love, and he has given it back. Even if he moves on to a different team to be competitive, because that's the type of athlete and person he is, there cannot be hate in anyone's heart.
Well, don't tell people how to fan. Yes, there can.
For what Giannis has been. You can be mad that he chose another city. You can be mad that he chose to not finish his career in Milwaukee. Absolutely. But I don't know how you can look at what Giannis has said and go, he doesn't love the city of Milwaukee. I think that if Giannis chooses to move on, he's going to be just as heartbroken leaving here as a lot of fans are going to be. He did build his entire life, not as just as an athlete, but as a human being here. He literally went to not from Greece to America. He went from Greece to Milwaukee and grew up here and literally did everything here. The man loves Milwaukee, and that should not be questioned.
And then he booed Milwaukee. Thumbs down loudly, sitting on his butt in the middle of the lane, booed Milwaukee.
He booed those fans. He booed the fans and he booed the situation. If you want to join the crowd of saying that means that he doesn't love Milwaukee, go ahead. I won't tell you how to fan, but I could not disagree more. Absolutely not. He's a passionate athlete who wants to win. And he's frustrated. The whole team's frustrated. The fan base is frustrated. In no way, shape, or form am I going to say that man does not care about this city. Absolutely not.
When we come back, we'll check in with John Kuhn. What's it like from the professional sports athlete side of this? When we come back, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., former Packers general manager Ron Wolf joins us on Inside Wisconsin Sports. Joining us now on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, John Kuhn, former Packers fullback. John, what's it like for a professional athlete to have what's happening to Giannis? All of the conversation of we love you, everything you did for Milwaukee, clearly you love us, with the business side of, but this doesn't make sense anymore.
I don't know. I wasn't as good as Giannis. I can't speak quite frankly, a man that can do whatever the hell he wants to do. I mean, and that's the truth. I don't buy for a second if Giannis absolutely wanted to stay in Milwaukee, no matter what, he couldn't do it. I'm not going to buy that if Giannis wanted to be traded, he couldn't do it. At the same time, I'm weirdly torn between how I feel the situation truly is. Like it almost feels like no side truly has a grasp on exactly what they want to do. That being the Bucks, that being Giannis, and some of these other teams out there that are in search of Giannis, with some of the offers that they made being, quite frankly, disrespectful and walk away worthy from even negotiating whatsoever. And yet here we are sitting about 36 hours away from a trade deadline, and nobody knows what's going to happen.
Man, that sure is the case. Although we talked to Doug Gottlieb earlier on the show, and he said, yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. He thinks it's over, and they're going to trade Giannis. I think, to your point though, John, it's a difficult situation between fans' love of Giannis and going, what's best for the team? Is it best for the team to hold on to Giannis?
And that's hard, right? Do fans really know what's best for the team usually? I mean, no, they know some bits and pieces, but what's truly best for the team, probably not. And you know what? Some teams don't even know what's best for them. We see mistakes get made all the time. There was a GM down in Dallas that was fired a few short months after he made what we all consider to be one of the most bozo deals in the NBA ever. And Giannis is one of those types of players. He's a top 3, top 5 guy in the NBA. I've felt this way about Giannis the entire time. This man loves Milwaukee. This man is proud to have the achievements that he has had, not for him in Milwaukee, but for Milwaukee to enjoy it with him, right? I believe that wholeheartedly, that he feels that way. I believe he's also probably torn right now as you watch sports as a kid and you watch sports as a peer, you see players leave all the time for a multitude of different reasons. This is not him pulling a James Harden. It's not him pulling a LeBron James. This is, I believe, him and the organization trying to figure out what the next best move is. And it's like a 50-50 pros and cons list on both sides. Neither side can truly make up their mind.
John, 2 minutes. We learned that from that woman in Dallas who said to us sitting at the bar, I don't like any of those guys from that Super Bowl 45 team. They all seem real cocky. They don't watch the sport. Sometimes they make an opinion on who they think the people are.
Yeah. And a lot of times you don't. You have no clue. And the players are under a microscope all the time, and they do things out of emotion that is misunderstood quite frequently. But I put it like this. When you have a guy the stature of Giannis, the ability of Giannis, it's never going to be easy, and it's usually going to be rather confusing to the fan base altogether.
John Kuhn, 9 to noon. Rami Makloff coming up next here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We'll know by this time tomorrow, maybe, but for sure this time tomorrow, or Friday, I should say, we'll know. We're going to know whether Giannis is here or Giannis is moving on, at least for the short term. And then we'll continue to talk about what's next. There's a piece of me, Josh, that is just ready to move on for what's next for the Bucks. If Giannis gets dealt, then what's next for the Bucks? If Giannis stays, I don't think we can clearly have a what's next conversation because we don't still know.
You're right. You're right. One way or another, though, we're going to have some conclusions soon.
Our thanks to Doug Gottlieb for joining us today, as he does every Wednesday at 8 a.m. And a pre-thank you to Ron Wolf, former Packers general manager, joining us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. to talk all things Super Bowl, Elliott Wolf, John Schneider, a little bit of time here in Green Bay we'll get to, and so much more. Ron Wolf, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. See you tomorrow.
Because we're not done yet.